Can a Christian who studied theater arts take up roles in a non-Christian movies? People are already giving answers.
Yes, sir.
Who want to
Ask the audience.
Who want to contribute? You are a Christian, somebody has studied theater art, so Nollywood, Hollywood, Bollywood, they've invited you to come and you are given a role. So, how possible is that? So this is a very honest question that we must face. It's the same like saying, can the Christian work in the brewery where they brew alcohol, tobacco company? You see, these are the realities of our world. The last time I checked, Joseph did not serve Pope. And Daniel did not serve a bishop. Nehemiah was a cup bearer. Do you know what that means?
Serving bear.
In the ancient time, as a cup bearer, the life of the king is entrusted into your hand. So if you are serving him ogogoro, you will, in the presence of the king, not behind him, you will drink it. So that if by any means people smuggle poison into the king's cup, it is you that will die first, the cup bearer. So when you fall down and die, the king will not know that there is a danger. So your life is like a guinea pig. It's part of defense to make sure that the king is kept alive beyond the glamour that comes with the office or with the throne. So that is what it is. So that is who Nehemiah was. He was a king's cupbearer. And the day king saw him, that he was sad, because you can't be drinking palmy and all of those stuff. You hardly see, even in the natural, people that drink all those things, they hardly go. If one day was sad, they will just go and drink and they'll be high in the spirit, not the Holy Spirit, because what they take is also spirit. Look what is called spirit. Okay. So when somebody says high in the spirit, we need to know which of the spirit. One time, Apostle told us about a relative that when he drinks palm wine, he will start prophesying. He will start calling people, everybody in that lineage, from the day he was not born. He will be calling them one after the other, and he will not miss it. So that man is high in the spirit. So the question now is, as a believer, you study theater art. Can you take up a role in a non-Christian movie? That's your profession. The answer is yes.
Yes.
And the answer is also no. Because it is not every role, not everything that is expedient for us. You are to act, they cast you to act maybe what they call sex sin. And you are going to go naked. 100%. Even if it is 50%. Because in what we do, Bible says anything we do, we must do so it to glorify God. There is something it's not everything that is becoming of a believer. Those things that are not fit for us, we know them. And you don't need anybody to talk you into it. So, since that is your profession, yes, you can partake in it. You can play any role, but it is not all the role that you can play. Even as a believer, it is not everything you can do. It doesn't have to even be you are acting a movie. Even there are things that are not illegal. But because of your faith, you refuse to do it. Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego said, we will not defile ourselves with the king's delicacies. Even though they would not have been wrong if they are fed on it like any other person. But they know that they must uphold. And I don't want to go into history to tell you part of what made up the menu. Because in those days, in the ancient Babylon, pork was part of the menu. And being Jews, they will not touch such a thing. So, but the truth is, they say, we are not going to dine, even though it's our right, it's our privilege. So I don't know how many of us today that will receive that offer to dine with the president, even if the president is going to kill everybody in the nation with the tax, with petroleum, the price of petroleum product, with whatever it is, even though they are locking up minors up and down and charging them for felony, or what do they call that thing? Treason. You know it. So not be only me, they talk all of us, they talk Pastor Toby, we are still talking to that. Okay, I think we are done with that. Are we satisfied with that? Okay. So we should do things as unto God. If what you are doing is not unto God, then it doesn't worth it. If it does not represent Christ, then it does not worth it. Yeah, Reverend Grace.
Okay, I think it's also a very tricky question. And I think you also might find yourself in a very compromising situation in some cases. So, depending on how flexible it is for you, if it is such that you are not working in an organized environment where it is, okay, we want to shoot a movie and you must be a part of this movie or something. If it is where you can make your decisions, it's easier for you. Because aside taking roles, it's also the theme of the movie that wants to be casted. I think before you take on roles, you also need to check what's the theme, what are they trying to say, what are they trying to sell, because every movie has something it wants to say. There's something it wants to sell. So holistically, I believe you should also look at the movie holistically before taking up roles. Before you decide that I'm going to be a part of this. Because we are talking about Daniel, we are talking about Shadrach, yes, they were all in the midst of all of this chaotic and, very compromising, but there were places they had to take a stand because they just had to take a stand, even though it had to do with their life. So if you find yourself in this kind of profession, then you know that a lot of times you will have to take a stand.